morning, everyone. I think we are actually very tight in terms of the time, so I'll start straight away. So we will start with Mr. Hassan. These panel discussions will be based on presentations, not discussions. So these guys, inshallah ta'ala, they will present their presentations. Each of our experts here, they will present the presentations with respect to the developments in terms of the AI strategies, governance, etc. in their countries. So we will start with Oman, Mr. Hassan. So it's really up to you. Do you want to go to the podium? It's up to you, inshallah. So thank you. Strict in terms of the time. It's only 7 minutes. Okay?
I'm waiting for my
Starting now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my slides.
Thank you.
Because that's not my presentation.
Please check the order of the presentations.
Yeah.
It's this one. Okay, thank you.
Okay, good morning again. Welcome back again from the break. I'm just going to be presenting a couple of slides showing you Oman's AI agenda for the sectors. Okay, so we'll start. Okay, I'll start with His Majesty's speeches. In his speech, or more than once, he mentioned the AI. And he was trying to just showcase in his speech how far his vision is embedded with the technology and the uses of AI for enhancing the sectors and their productivity. I'll start with Oman Vision 2040. Oman Vision 2040 has mainly 4 objectives, considering Network Readiness Index, E-Government Development Index, readiness for the future of production, and contribution of digital economy to the GDP of the country. So taking the point number 4, the National Digital Economy Program. It has focus areas, which are smart government, digital society, and business digitalization. These are the main 3 focus areas for the Digital Economy Program of Oman. The National Program for Digital Economy has a set of executive programs, and one of these programs is the artificial intelligence. On the other side, we have like e-government, e-commerce, development of technical infrastructure, digital industry, cybersecurity, fintech, national space program. Artificial intelligence, as I said, it's one of these executive programs under the umbrella of National Program for Digital Economy. The executive program for AI and advanced technologies. That's our focus here. So I'm just summarizing now so far what I've said. We have the Vision 2040, Oman Vision 2040, and under that we have Digital Economy Program, and within that umbrella we have the Artificial Intelligence Program, which is supervised by the Ministry of Transport, Communications, and Information Technology. So what is this program about? Mainly this program is focusing on how we can maximize the benefit of AI for improving the productivity of the sectors. That improvement could be cost reduction, it could be reflecting to the production growth or business expansion. So what's Oman's AI vision? Mainly the Oman's AI vision is to have a competitive advantage for Oman in AI. This competitive advantage can be as in software, or could be in human capabilities or hardware. For the time being, Oman is working in all these 3 domains, and maybe after a couple of years, we might have a better focus on one of these 3 areas, in addition to focusing on the other sides, but mainly we might be just focusing more on human capabilities. Maybe might be our main focus is a hardware or software. AI program. The National Program for AI, for Artificial Intelligence and Advanced Technologies. What are the main pillars? I remember at the beginning, Ustad Mohammed Hadi, he mentioned a little bit about our program, and I'm really happy and impressed about, he was gone through it, and I'm gonna be focusing more on the 4 pillars that he mentioned. The first pillar is focusing on how AI can help the Omani nation to improve the productive, its economical sectors. In other words, how AI can help these sectors to contribute to the GDP of the country faster, in a better way. The second pillar is focusing on the how AI can help the essential sectors or the development sectors, like the health sector, education sector, in terms of like giving a better customer service to the citizen, having a better productivity. The third pillar is focusing on the localization of AI-related capabilities in Oman and humans. And the fourth pillar is focusing on the governance of AI within a human-centered vision. These are the more four sectors that the national program is focusing on. We have also a number of KPIs. In terms of the AI readiness, as per the Oxford Insight report of 2023, Oman ranked as 50. And our target is till 2025 is that we need to just be maintaining our position, being among the first top 50 countries. We have also another KPI, which is related to the number of SMEs specialized in AI. In 2023, we had 10 SMEs. We are aiming to increase and improve that number to 25. The investment value in AI projects, in 2023, by end of that year, we had around 142 million USD dollars, and we are aiming to raise that figure and boost it to 250 million USD dollars. In terms of the research papers, we have 83 research papers so far that are very much focusing on AI, the Omani papers, and we are aiming to raise that figure to 149 research papers by end of 2025. The targeted sectors, I've talked about two types of sectors, the economical sectors and the development sectors. So the economical sectors are mainly, we are highlighting the logistics and transportation, manufacturing, tourism, fisheries and agriculture and mining. Whereas coming to the development sectors, we have the education, health, security and defense, and digital transformation. We have some proactive sectors in Oman so far that have started to adopt AI in POCs or projects such as agriculture, transportation, oil and gas, health, and national elections, for example. And also we have some projects that are coming in the pipeline, such as AI Studio and the utilizing of AI in the factories, in the industrial side. Also, we have a joint initiative with the College of Technology and Applied Science, which called Makers of AI Initiatives, which is focusing on the best AI paper, best AI student, best AI faculty member, best AI college efforts. So these are the main areas that we're focusing on. In addition to that, we are also having our cooperation with the University of Technology and Applied Science in terms of the ICESCO research chair for AI ethics. Our ministry is one of the entities that is supporting and sponsoring this chair jointly with the University of Technology and Applied Science. In terms of the governance of AI, okay, just so one more minute. Yeah. Okay. We already, the ministry issued a guide for ethical AI use for developers and users. Also, we have an open government data policy that has been published. The other domain, I mean, like so far, I just talked about the POCs and the way we are trying to engage the sectors through POCs or projects. But we have other domain that we are like focusing on also, which is the data. And mainly we have open data action plan, where we are trying to engage the government entities to publish their data that can be utilized by maybe foreign investors, maybe SME owners, could be the decision makers in the country. So as far as we increase that number, we will going to have a better data available for the utilization of AI and decision making. Also, we have a governance publications that have been issued by the ministry, which are the strategy of data, the national data. We have the policy of open data, and we have also the law protection data for the personal, the law of the protection of the personal data. These are the efforts that on the other side as a domain that we are focusing on for the data matter. That's all, and this is the QR code for whoever wanted to go through our national program for AI and advanced technologies. I just try to be as simple as short, just because of the time matter. Thank you very much.
Hassan, for this insightful presentation. We go straight with our second presenter, Mr. Salah Al-Nusayyan from Al-Mamlaka Al-Arabiya Saudiya, from he's a strategic partnership expert at Saudi Data and AI Authority, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Please start, and please watch the timing. It's 7 minutes. We've got to be very strict about the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saeed. I'm extremely honored to be here representing Saudi Arabia's efforts in the fields of data and AI. Esteemed experts and guests, allow me to start by saying that the Saudi Arabia has an ambitious vision, Vision 2030, 96 strategic goals, 70%.
Sorry, Salah, for the interruption. Guys who are responsible for the timing screen, it's not working, it's not showing the time, so please start 7 minutes. Thank you. Please proceed. Sorry for the interruption.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has an ambitious vision, Vision 2030, 96 strategic goals divided into various sectors. 70% of them are related to data and AI. So for this purpose, the Saudi Data and AI Authority was established in 2019 to help the kingdom become a data-driven economy. Supported by this vision, we have 3 executive arms: the National Information Center, which we consider is the technological arm of the kingdom. We also have the National Data Management Office, which oversees the policies, data, and regulation of the field on the data and AI. And last but not least, we also have the National Center for AI, which fosters innovations and builds capabilities. Additionally, in 2020, we launched the National Strategy for Data and AI, with a vision of where the best of data and AI is made reality, with specific objectives in mind being fostering capabilities, raising awareness and stimulating AI adoption, and attracting foreign and local investment. From this vision, we can see that we have multiple dimensions: the ambition, the skills, the policy and regulation, investment, research and innovation, and ecosystem. These dimensions help Sadaya and help the kingdom as well to become one of the leading players in that field. We also launched last year or published the the AI ethics principles to address the needs of ethical use of the technology, with 7 key principles in mind: fairness, privacy and security, humanity, reliability and safety, transparency and explainability, accountability and responsibility, and last but not least, social and environmental benefits. The document won the WSIS prize from the International Telecommunication Union, the ITU. And not only that, earlier this year, we launched the modified version of the AI ethics principles that is specifically tailored to generative AI. These guidelines help users from both the public and the government sectors on how to use these guidelines, or how to use generative AI and retain the risks and benefits of using such of these technologies. And we will not stop there. I'm extremely honored to invite you all to attend the 3rd edition of the Global AI Summit happening in Riyadh this year. This prestigious event will gather top experts and industry leaders from all around the world to discuss the current and the future state of AI, hosted under the royal patronage of His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The event will be divided into 3 main themes, such as the AI now. We will be discussing what is the current state of AI across the world, how are the global players are leading this kind of technologies and any related technologies in the matter as well. We will also be discussing the future of AI. What is the future for this kind of technologies? How can we make sure it would be used in an efficient and reliable way? And last but not least, we also have the AI Never, which is the main, let's say, gathering of us here. How can we make sure that these technologies are being used in an ethical way? And please, I invite you all to join us this September in the King Abdulaziz International Conference Center in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Salah, still 3 minutes anyway from your time. That's a very good one. We go now with our 3rd panelist, who's joining us from the United Arab Emirates, الإمارات العربية المتحدة. Mr. Khalid Al-Nuaimi. He's a project manager at the Strategy Department AI office at the Prime Minister's office, United Arab Emirates. Mr. Khalid, do you hear us? Is he with us online? Yes. Yeah, the floor is yours. Please go ahead with your presentation. Thank you very much. You have 7 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. I'll be sharing a presentation. I think it's on the screen right now. First of all, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and thank you very much for the ICESCO for hosting us and for our Omani host for this very, very useful and valuable gathering, I would say. I'll try to give you an overview on the UAE's national strategy for AI that started and was launched in 2017 by a vision by His Highness Sheikh Hamad Al Maktoum, Vice President of the UAE, Prime Minister, and the ruler of Dubai, when he said that we want the UAE to become one of the world's most prepared countries for AI. And that vision was the appointment of the first Minister of AI in the world, His Excellency and the launch of the UAE National Strategy for AI in 2017, aimed to achieve its objectives by year 2031. So with that vision, we structured a national strategy, as I mentioned, aimed for year 2031 on 3 phases: building a base for AI, then adopting AI across several sectors, whether governmental or private or semi-governmental, and then towards the end, aiming to build a reputation for the UAE to become an AI destination. And with this structure, we aim to tackle a number of objectives. One of them, and one of the first objectives that we wanted to tackle, is attracting and training the right talent for a future enabled by AI. And with that, we launched what we call the UAE AI program. It's an executive specialized training program managed by the AI office and aimed towards upskilling UAE nationals, whether from the government sector, the semi-government sector, or the private sector, in skills of AI and machine learning and computer vision in general from different sectors, and how they can apply the capabilities of AI in their sectors. Over the years, the program graduated 4 cohorts, more than 350 graduates across 90 entities, and is now currently running its 5th iteration. Within the same objectives as well, the UAE also established the Hamad bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence. It's the first AI-focused research graduate level university in the world. It currently hosts more than 280 students from more than 41 countries in fields of AI, computer vision, machine learning, and NLP. It's ranked the 19th globally. Along the same objective of talent and attracting the right talent and upskilling, we've also established what we call a Coders HQ. It's here in our premises at the Prime Minister's office. It's an initiative aimed at the community of coders, programmers, and people in the tech field and AI specifically, where we host a community and conduct a number of initiatives that are aimed at different sectors. For example, we host a number of workshops, assessments for coders and programmers, challenges, meetups with highly influential people from the tech industry around the world, conferences, hackathons, internships, etc. Within the Coders HQ, as I mentioned, workshops are being conducted for the community of coders, people from different backgrounds, students as well from K to 12, and AI camp is also being hosted on an annual basis. I think just in the matter of time, I also wanted to highlight a couple of initiatives that we also wanted to focus about on the field of R&D, and also, as I mentioned, hosting a number of highly influential global tech influencers here at our premises in Coders HQ, and having gatherings with them, with the students from K to 12, from universities around the UAE and the region. Over the past years, we've hosted Steve Wozniak, Sheryl Sandberg, and had these interactions between them and the community. Another very important objective within the UAE National Strategy for AI is R&D, which is bringing world-leading research capabilities in the UAE. I mentioned the Hamad bin Zayed University for AI, but that's not the only university or research center that's focused on AI. We have a number of them. For example, the Sorbonne University in Abu Dhabi has an AI lab focused on the sector of oil and gas and adopting AI in sectors of oil and gas. The University of New York University in Abu Dhabi has also 2 AI labs focusing on other sectors, specifically healthcare and Arabic NLP, in collaboration with the research center active in the country, like TII, and like companies and private sector like G42. And within that field as well, products and milestones that have been achieved over the past couple of years were LLMs that were top ranked globally as open source LLMs. One of them that we are very proud of in the UAE is Falcon 40B LLM that was developed by TII in 2022, 2023, and most recently Falcon 180B that was also launched and developed in-house by TII. In addition, we also have G42, which is an AI company very, very heavily active in fields of R&D and LLM development. One of their milestone projects was also a collaboration with the Mohammed bin Zayed University of AI and a company called Cerebras, where they developed the world's most advanced Arabic large language model, open sourced as well. It is aimed at filling a gap in the field of LLMs that is for Arabic speakers, and having a specifically trained AI model for Arabic speakers and Arabic language. No doubt, our role as the Office of the Minister of State for AI has a strong objective on ensuring a strong governance and an effective regulation of AI. As you mentioned, and the topic of the day is AI ethics and ensuring the AI transparency and fair use. So over the past years, stemming from the National AI Strategy, we've published a number of guidelines on the use of AI, on the ethics of AI, on deep fakes and the risks of them, and for example, the use cases of generative AI in different fields and in the fields specifically of media and the media content. We've also published a report or a guide on how the government entities can adopt different applications of AI in their operations, aiming to fulfill the objectives of the strategy and enhance the productivity by adopting AI across different sectors. I know that I'm approaching my time, Dr. Saeed, so if you allow me, I just have a couple of slides just in the beginning of the strategy, where we identified 6 priority sectors where AI will be mostly influential in our economy. But of course, by the rise of generative AI over the past couple of years, these priority sectors stand to be reviewed. We note that healthcare will be, for example, one of the most influenced fields. Media and entertainment, education will be also highly influenced by the rise of new and cutting-edge developed AI models and generative AI specifically. So in a nutshell, just to summarize, the UAE's AI strategy was launched in 2017. We are now in 2024, almost halfway through our objective, which is concluding inshallah by 2031, where we will review the status of the UAE. Currently, as I mentioned, we have a strong presence in terms of R&D, stronger presence in terms of the in-house or in-country developed large language models. The ranking that was mentioned and published by Oxford Insights, the UAE is currently ranked the 18th globally and the first in Middle East and North Africa in terms of government AI readiness, as well as having a good presence of academic institutions and research output in the field of AI. So that's in a nutshell an overview of the AI strategy in the UAE, and if there's any more questions or details the audience would like.
Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Thank you. I think it was a good presentation. Thank you for that, and thank you for joining us virtually. I think we are actually very tight, and according to the schedule, we are not able to receive any QA actually in this session. Later, there'll be towards the end of the day key findings or summaries of what the key panel experts here discussed about their insights and their country's efforts. So thank you, Mr. Khalid, who joined us virtually from the United Arab Emirates. And we go now to our 4th panelist from Mamlakat al-Bahrain, Kingdom of Bahrain, Dr. Jassim Haj, President, International Group of Artificial Intelligence, Kingdom of Bahrain. So please go ahead. And please, guys who are responsible for the timing, reset the time now and start. Thank you. Shukran.
Yeah, just make sure that it's there. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri, yassir li amri, ahlul uqdam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'll just deep dive straight to the points. His Majesty's vision and the opening of the Parliament and Shura Council 2019 emphasized on the artificial intelligence in the country and preparing Bahrain's youth to take over this vital area, and that was the vision 5 years ago. Before that, we started in 2017 preparing groundworks for artificial intelligence, so that's 7 years ago. In 2019, upon that, we also established artificial intelligence group. It was myself and another co-founder who happens to be sitting here, my dear friend from France, dear Dr. Emmanuel Goffi. So we started disseminating that not only in Bahrain, but GCC and the worldwide. And the focus was on the ethics at the time, which was very early stages. So Bahrain and AI, as I said, these are the roadmaps. Actually, the Price Waterhouse envisaged that over 8% of the GDP will arise if the AI is implemented in the country. Just for the information, the background, we had the first computer established by IBM in the oil and gas in 1940. And that's not 2014, but 1940. So that's how far we go with the technologies and how far we implemented them and the vision that goes with it. So we also established some guidelines locally to what we needed to do with the governance, taking piecemeals from the rest of the world. We were always talking about, is the governance, is it something that we can take up from the rest of the world and put it in this part? No, it cannot be done. The differences in the cultures and the requirements, it is even challenging within the GCC to put similarities because each country has its own priorities on that. Now, EU Act, it took more than 3 years to probably prepare it, but even then it was not complete. Why it even delayed? Because when it was prepared, the generative AI came. So then everybody was wrong-footed, and they thought, oh, well, let's start now again. So I also disagree with a few things that we know what is the artificial general intelligence that is coming up. No, we don't know. We don't know what is happening in the next 9 months. That's why people didn't expect the ChatGPT to arise that quickly, and it end of 22 to beginning of 23. Change. So that's why we have countries like US and China, the biggest users of AI. They do not have, and I'm not encouraging, by the way, they do not have any governance. They do not have any governance, ethical guidelines on that. Mark Altman of OpenAI went to the Congress and he was questioned about the requirements for the governance and ethics, and he said, yes, we should have it. And deep inside him, he knows that it's not going to happen. So going very quickly, these are the guideline principles that everybody knows that we are perpetuating and finding ourselves going on it. I'm just going very quickly. The regulations, the principles. I think what we're trying to do is put more guidelines than governance, because you need to change it. You need to be dynamic. The things that we discussed. And we cannot have a centralized governance because that tells you everything but nothing. It is very broad. What we need are verticals. So what we do is put guidelines for AI in finance. And this is what we do. We do AI in healthcare. We do AI in manufacturing and the industry. We do AI in education. So each of them, the guidelines that's related, the regulations, even the ethics, are very much different. So we are segregating them to have more dynamicness with them and move forward. As I said, this is the emphasis is at what we try to do, and we try to do the hybrid between the European model and American model, where it says the private sector has to have its own guidelines because they are leading the AI, and the Europeans, which is very strict on that, which I think it might also hinder the progress in some of the countries with all the respects. And of course, again, without going to the details, these are what we do. We have a biggest center in Bahrain, which is His Highness Sheikh Nasser's AI Research Development Center. And I was telling my friend from MBZ earlier, we started putting an advisory hat, then we end up running it and having a vision to put it up for the next 10, 15 years. We currently have over 30 Bahrainis data scientists we train and develop to do in-house solutions. That's all the solutions are in-house and with the open sources. So we, for instance, we're doing now large language models. Why do we need to have everybody using the ChatGPT, the Cloud 3.5 or others? So we need to build something which is very close to the regulations, to the data that is available locally with the Arabic language. So that's the model of the closed LLM, using, for instance, fine-tuning or prepared models to build them. And then we come back and build those large language models per organizations. So that becomes very much specific rather than having it for just social use or for writing letters or legal documents, etc. That, I think, brings the value of the generative AI more than usage of or an interface with the public LLM. So again, some of the parts that we do in AI healthcare, we do our own version of early detections of the cancer, taking the governance into it, and that's being used and been prepared in hospitals. The same things in energy, because this is very important, and oil and gas and aluminum on the preventive maintenance. 10 seconds, Doctor. I'll steal it from Sir Hamad. So in education, that's a very important part, whether it's in the higher educations or primary education. So we talk about education is the governance for the teachers, the governance for the students, and last but not least, I think using Gen AI for presenting your thesis, which is in the past called cheating, it will be a norm in the future. So people have to use it, but with different guidelines. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Qasim, for this presentation. Thanks a lot. We are approaching now the last presentation in our first panel session. Dr. Khalid Al-Khaldi, College of Engineering and Petroleum from Kuwait University. He's the representative of Kuwait State. Please welcome Dr. Khalid. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to thank UTAS and ICESCO for this opportunity. I'm going to talk shortly about Kuwait and their vision for AI. In Kuwait, we don't have, as they do other countries, a specific unit taking care of the AI, but we have multi-units. So, era of education and technology. Kuwait trying to catch up with the technology. As you see lately, we think that AI is something new. Actually, it's not new. It's been used tens of years ago. We all flew here using airplanes. Airplanes, they use autopilot. Autopilot, basically, it's built on AI, artificial intelligence. The pilot doesn't do anything. Once they take off, they switch to autopilot and takes care of everything. Same thing, Kuwait is embarking a new chapter aimed of harnessing the capability of AI modernized in public sectors. This is the things that we have a vision 2035. All the GCC countries have visions, some of them 2030, some of them 2035, some of them 2040, but Kuwait, we changed it now to 2040, but So 2035, we're aiming at establishing a substantial living environment. We want to improve the environment. We want to make our lives easier. That's what we're trying to do. But not on the cost of other things that's like legal or ethical things. Enhancement of effective public administration, the development of a creative human capital, the improvement of infrastructures in every single type, especially in oil sector and health sector. Advancement of high quality healthcare. Healthcare, as you know, there are tens of mistakes happening each year in healthcare. An example of that is giving you wrong prescriptions. If you go to a doctor or if you've been hospitalized and you get a wrong prescription, it can end your life. I've seen a lot of mistakes. Some of them are very fatal. Then Kuwait is merging AI with 2035 vision. Also, we're considering a roadmap for that things by opening a new university called Abdullah Salim University, and we opened a whole department for AI. It's not computer science, it's called Artificial Intelligence Department. The potential reward include the technological advancement, effectiveness of public sector, benefiting citizens and society as a whole, to position Kuwait as a regional leader in AI. Also, adopting AI in Kuwait, it's not something going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. As one of the speakers earlier talked, and he said, for example, the regulation and driving took, well, I think you, doctor, said that, it's been more than 100 years. Cars came like at late 18th century. And until today, we're using cars and we're changing rules up to date, up to this day. So smart government building and homes are a leading factor in Kuwait. As you go everywhere, we want smart building, environmental friendly, cost benefits, especially with the price of the electricity and the problems we're having lately. Such a collaboration can accelerate AI development and ensure that region benefits from the latest advancement in the field. We are not going to learn from our own mistakes. We are not going to be in this world lowly. We're going to share this experience with our GCC countries, Middle East countries, the whole world. So you can use, we have a say, or other people have said, don't learn from your own mistakes, because you are not going to live long enough to learn from your own mistakes. So you have to learn from your mistakes and from others' mistakes. You have to learn from their experience and your experience. You add up to them and they add up to you. So in Kuwait, AI is already making inroad in healthcare with the development of advanced diagnostic tools that can help physicians make more accurate and timely diagnoses. Additionally, AI drives applications are being used to enhance the efficiency of logistic and supply chain management, which is a big business in the Middle East now. AI is playing a significant role in modernizing transportation infrastructure and reducing the region dependency of fossil fuels. Basically, that's our 90% budget, the fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is the oil, basically. But we're trying to reduce our dependency on fossil fuels. Kuwait works to leverage AI application across industry. That's the PI. We have Kuwait Public Authority of Industry, and the director said we are trying to use AI. We have one of the biggest logistic companies in the Middle East. So if we don't use AI to reduce our costs, increase our profits, so there is no point of investment on those companies. At 2%, somebody earlier talked about Middle East expected an accurate 2% of total global benefits of AI in 2030. This is a total of $320 billion in the future. So we need to use that to invest in AI. $320 billion is not a small amount. It's a huge amount. So basically, in the wake-up of fourth industrial revolution, governments and businesses across the Middle East are beginning to realize the shift globally toward AI and advanced technologies. they are faced with a choice between being part of the technology disruption or being left behind. Nobody wants to be left behind. The future of AI in Kuwait, it's complex and multi-phase topics. While AI holds a great potential transformation in various sectors and driving economy in Kuwait, economic growth, it also presents a challenge in terms of job displacement, ethical consideration, and cultural, I'm running out of time, educational and scientific research, R&D research, as the guy from UAE just said. Government is in the region, and I'm trying. Google's planning to build the biggest hub in the Middle East in Kuwait. They signed a 5-year contract. And we have an ethical concern we're going to talk about in this conference in Kuwait. Thank you all for listening, and I hope we'll come up with something useful for us and for the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khalid, for your insightful presentation. And I think we will close this panel, the first panel discussion. I would like to thank our panelists, Mr. Hassan Fida Al-Lawati from Oman, Mr. Salih Al-Nusayyan from Saudi, Mr. Khalid Al-Naimi, who joined us virtually from Al-Imarat, Dr. Jassim Haji from Mamlakat al-Bahrain, Dr. Khalid Al-Khaldi from Al-Kuwait. Thank you to the audience also for their engagement and their presence. It's been a pleasure moderating this session. I hope that you found these presentations informative and insightful, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for our panelists for sharing their insights and best practices of their countries